Hey guys, welcome back. I am coming on to do a twofer layout. I am going to play along with Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches. And I'm working on day 26 for that. And I'm also going to play along with Through the Rainbow. And this month we have wood grain. So I grabbed my pack of Simple Stories wood grain and I'm going to figure out which one will work with my kit. Now, all month long, I've played with previous Not Just for Boys Kit Club kits. And I've used this one already, but I have enough stash in here to get one more layout out of it. So I've got this great cocoa vanilla stuff. I've got a piece of cocoa vanilla here. Clearly I was cutting out stars. It's from the No Limits collection. A really nice cardstock cut. I would love to back that. Scraps and Scraps. This is gorgeous. Is this Paige Evans, Jen Hadfield? I have no idea. It is not on there. Nope, not on there. Okay, more cocoa vanilla. And then I've got some cardstock in white as well as colors. I've got a Creamies paint from Shimmers in Dandelion. Really great, bold, goldy yellow. A gorgeous sequins mix. Even has little clay stars. Let's see. Got that. We looked at this. Oh, and from the a la carte section that month, it looks like I was able to grab a couple sets of enamel dots. And then, oh, this was the Epic Page Kit, August 2022. Good to know. Okay. Oh, there is a giant roll of washi that I will have for the rest of my life. And then in the a la carte section, there were all of these really cute Disney type things. I don't know if any of this will work for what I am doing, but they bear noting how incredibly cute they are. So nobody's wearing shoes in the photo I'm going to use. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the sketch we are using today, it is by, oh, my cord will not let me pull it over, by Wendy Gale Rasmussen, and it is a big half circle. Photo right here, title, embellishments, and journaling around the circle if that is your jam. So we have that. Great. Now let me show you the photo. Let's see. This is my daughter right here and two of her pals, and it looks like they were climbing Pyramid Point in northern Michigan, and it is a very steep, like, I don't know, bluff in the Sleeping Bear Dunes. So very cool. Kind of hard to see, kind of, but you guys can see it, right? Got it. So I have that photo, nice bright blue sky, and I thought this collection would work. Now, since wood grain is our prompt for Through the Rainbow, I've got Simple Stories wood grain stuff, and these were actually from Not Just for Boys Kit Club, as well as these alphas. Not sure if I'm going to use the alphas or not. I just know that they were wood grain and they are in the same container. So we have that. Now, why don't we look at the color of the sand and let it kind of tell the story a little bit. I'm thinking this one right here is the closest wood grain that we have. So that made that easy, and that can be a really easy peasy background. So we can do that. And I will just go ahead and give myself a nice little trim from that piece. So I'm, I guess, going outside of the Not Just for Boys Kit Club kit, yet I am using stuff from the Kit Club. So I don't know, am I not? I don't know. Okay, so let's move these embellishments to the side while I figure out what I want to do. Now we did have that big half circle, right? Let's see if I have anything that allows me to do a half circle left, because we clearly, snails don't really work, although you have to go at a snail's pace, otherwise you just go flying right down this thing. It's a real thing. Now I can bring this off. That would be really kind of cool, or should I go like that? But the point would be to see these girls. I'm wondering if we do something like that. That might be kind of cool. So that can be that element, and then we'll have some kind of a semicircle coming this way. Love the snails because they're so cute. Let me see what this looks like on here. Okay, I kind of like the idea of this and having this backed kind of simply. So I will work on backing the cut file. I've got these really great pieces, but not a lot of them. So, and then this has a really good yellow behind it. So I'm gonna back the cut file and figure out how to put something behind it, but then I like the idea that, oh, that would be cute, but you wouldn't be able to see any of the story. I'm faffing, I've done nothing. Let me back the cut file. So quick check-in time. I have started to map my cut file, but what I want to show you is instead of going back through and now cutting out all of these individual starburst pieces, I am going to go ahead and glue this whole piece minus the star. I'm going to make a little shaker with that right onto it just to save myself a whole lot of time. One of those things I just thought I'd show you that I was planning on doing. So do I want to use that side or that side? I'm thinking, oh, it's so hard to pick sometimes, guys. Or do I want to just go in? Let me show you what my background looks like. I have this. Would it make more sense to go in with some bright, bright orange and it'll really, really pop off strong? Or bright yellow. Let's see. Which one do we like the idea of doing more on this? Oh, definitely the yellow. I'm going to do it with the yellow so I won't have as many prints at the same time. Normally I don't mind, but the scale of this one and the scale of this one is pretty darn similar. And I'm going to create a shaker pocket. I've had a lot of people asking, can you slow down and do that? So I'll do that for the next number of videos when I'm making shakers. So let me get this piece popped on and I'll go ahead and we'll create a shaker. Let's go ahead and make a shaker. I am going to go and try to find my skinny foam tape, or my skinny tape, I should say. So all I'm going to do is take really slender tape, whatever the size of your die cut piece, or you can do your chipboard frames. You can make a shaker out of just about any die cut that actually exists. And I'm just getting enough of this double-sided tape down on my project to hold my acetate down. It's not like it's going to be super, super delicate or important because this is just holding the acetate. The important part is when you go ahead and put your double-sided foam tape on, you want to make sure that there are going to be no gaps in your well because your sequins will go flying out everywhere. How do I know this? Because I've done it like 90 times. So let me go ahead, I straight up peeled that whole piece off just now. So I'm going to, and I know it's kind of hard to see. Let me come in a little bit. I've got my acetate on standby. All right, so I'm just getting these little strips off the top. And that one, I had peeled the whole thing up because I just didn't have it placed down well enough. Okay, so on the kind I'm using, it ends up just looking like you have a little bit of clear, shiny adhesive. Then I'm gonna grab a piece of acetate. I always have like all of these Frankenstein pieces of acetate around. And I'm gonna place that right on top of the sticky side. So kind of on the back side of your project, really. So that you'll have this nice little bit of shine. Now, sometimes I trim it out if it's going to be a nice, easy shape, like just a regular square. But this time I'm like, you know what? Let me just stick it on. Because people always ask, which way do you do it? Well, I guess it depends on the project. At this point, I knew if I went ahead and traced out the star, somehow it wouldn't come out right. I don't know what happens between the tracing and the trimming, but I can go on the struggle bus at times. So I'm going to do that. Great. So now we've got a nice little piece of acetate. I can cut off the excess from the back, put that right back into my bin where I keep these little tiny Frankenstein pieces, which, believe it or not, that can make the cutest little shaker pocket. So I have that. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of double-sided adhesive. And this time, oop, the mail truck just went by. I'm waiting for something. This time, I'm going to be going all the way around my shaker. I'm going to get that extra adhesive off because sometimes you can do easy bending if you don't have it on. This isn't as much of a bending kind of thing, but can make it easier to work with. It can cooperate with you just a little bit more. So what I'm doing now is I'm creating a cute little well all the way around my star. And then I will fill it in with some of these sequins. Now, if you get Not Just for Boys Kit Club sequins, you get a ton in these little pots, and then you can reuse these pots for things. They've come in so handy for things that we have needed. Like, I had a daughter that, like, at one point she was, you know, had super dry lips, whatever. This is a real thing though. And I'm like, try just a little bit of this, and I put it into one of my empty little pots and it worked. Not that I recommend that, but I do like to reuse my things. It's you know, these are the things we do. Okay, back to the shaker situation. I'm gonna finish my star. I know it's a little bit boring to watch, which is okay, but you guys asked, so here we are. Almost done. And once again, when I am doing this, I'm making sure that there are no gaps in between my little foamy bits, because that's where you're going to run into your trouble. Gaps between are going to make a mess for you. So almost done here. And I will end up using just a nice little piece of scrap cardstock. My friend Bree likes to use vellum and it looks gorgeous. I don't have any vellum right now. Vellum is really nice if you want to be able to see the pattern, you know, slightly behind your shaker. It looks so pretty. A very nice way to do it. And I wish I had some vellum, but I don't. So I'm going to use what I have. And the scrap of paper I'm going to use is also from a previous Not Just for Boys Kit Club kit. So that works. All right. So I would say be really careful and don't get any sequins onto, oh, you should be able to see that, onto your sticky part. I always do. It's a hot mess. I don't know why. I have the hardest time being tidy. So I'm just using my little Nuvo spoon here. It allows me to pick up all the pretty little bits. I love those little orangey stars. Come on, little orangey stars. They pack a lot of color in a cute little clay thing. Now, I tend to overpack my shakers. Underpack them if you want to have a lot of movement. I just like to see like that. Oh, that is a little stack of sequins. I like to see all kinds of goodness all shoved in there. So I overpack. It's fine. Okay, so now this exposed part is sticky, right? I'm going to try carefully to flatten it out a little bit. I'm going to just go ahead and pop this right on top of the sticky. I'm going to push it down, and now you can see a little bit of the sticky sticking out, but that's not a point where any sequins can come out. So when I go ahead and flip this over, of course I have to trim this bit right here. We've got ourselves a really unshakable, there we go. I just got to get the pieces moving into the points, but a really cute little shaker pocket. Okay, I'm going to trim that out. I thought I'd show you guys a nice quick little explanation for that, and I'll get cracking on my layout. So let's go ahead and get some of these pieces in place. I've got my photo, and I just used that snail paper to mat it once. And I have a little bit of adhesive on the back of this cardstock cut that I have here with my little shaker like we talked about. And I thought it might be cute to have it kind of offset a tiny bit. Let me just make sure that's straight, even, whatever. At this point, I've got lots of rectangles and boxes, even though our inspiration piece had it like this. So I took inspiration from this big circular piece. I did not have enough paper to necessarily do a big circle. I did have this cardstock cut in my kit, so I'm like, okay, let's add that. We're going to have kind of a double shape going on the right side. I've got my photo at least in place. In theory, title here, embellishments, embellishments. We're gonna see how that goes. I have no idea what I'm gonna use. I just thought I would catch you up to what I was doing. Oh, that would have been cute, but it still doesn't show the scale of the whole thing. All right, let me clear some of this desk. I was making such a big mess when I was putting all of these things together. So I don't know that I'm going to use any more of these stars. I might have to because I might need embellishments. So let me put everything to the side, which is what I always do. Let's put all of the things to the side that we know we're not going to use. Awesome. Might still use this. I'm probably going to use a few sequins because I do have a shaker, and let me get rid of a little bit of that glare. I tend to, you know, repeat the elements. So let's see. And then up here, I just have some enamel dots that we can, of course, address in a little bit. So title, epic would be good because we're supposed to have the title going this way. And yep, awesome's too long, so I'm thinking epic might work. It's a little bit dark, and that's okay. That is okay. We can get through it. I might have an idea on how to brighten that up and maybe bring in a little bit of that blue. On my desk right now, I've got these Nuvo drops, so I might go ahead and paint it right on top of that epic once I have it down. Totally fine. Not a big deal. We can do that. So that part of the title is done. Now, we should have, like I said, embellishments here, although we already have a start of an embellishment cluster here. And then here, that doesn't really work for my layout with what I have going, you know, because I don't have this rounded bit, but we'll see. We'll see. Go for it. Just be yourself is cute. I mean, who else are they going to be? But whatever. Adventure Unlimited Crew, that totally works. To have something, if we're going to do that diagonal kind of thing, fun. I like, oops. I like the go for it. I like the go for it, but it's not working for that shape. Okay, let's see if anything else will work that's on here. One of a kind, go for it, woohoo, out of this world. Nope. All right, so it does look like I'm going to be cutting some stars again. Now, this piece right here is an excellent shaker pocket, just so you know. I think what I'm going to do with that, though, just because I can, because this is up on some foam, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut part of that so it can be tucked under, because I need some interesting stuff going on. So let me go ahead and do that. I can do that. I wonder if I should use a smaller one on that side and a bigger one. Ooh, I like that idea. So if I have a bigger one here, I can have this unlimited adventure thing, piece, not thing, here, kind of sticking into that circle as if we actually meant to do that. Ta-da. And then I will use the other half for some kind of embellishment up there, if I can get a fingernail under there. There we go. Because it doesn't have to be quite as big. The biggest problem is whatever I do has to be able to work with that photo. So there we go. Totally have two things going on. I want to get the epic here. I will, like I said, paint that in just because I don't think it's showing up enough. Now, gray is my favorite neutral. Normally, I'd be like, that is awesome. I'm all over it. It's fine. It's just not going to work this time, and that's okay. Now, let's see. I don't think any of these things work. Nobody can wear shoes doing that. I've got a cute little spaceman teacup. Oh, the little ship would work in theory because it's Lake Michigan down here. Magic. Okay, so none of that will work. Let me detail cut out a few stars. That will be fine. And then we will finish up by using enamel dots, sequins, and Nuvo dots. I think this will come together with those extra little embellishment kind of goodies. And guys, at this point, I've made like 5 layouts with this kit. It's pretty darn amazing. And I actually still have full-size cardstock, but I'm going to consider this kit killed after this point. All right, guys, so I ended up loving the epic once I put it up here, not over here. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to go ahead and pop a few of these stars right down here, kind of curling up the little arms on the stars, and I will go ahead and just create some cute little simple clusters around them. Fun, fun. Just don't even think about it too much. Just go for it, right? Same thing down below here. I have 3 different colors of these cute little stars, and they're fun. Now, I don't think I'm even changing the color of Epic now because it's somehow like comes together now that it has that base of the half circle. Just a happy accident, nothing I did. Now, let's take a look at these pieces. I was first starting to see if we had kind of a grayish color, which we do. So I have it there. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the biggest one there, kind of just doing the deal with them, creating a little bit of shine. Same thing here. Just going ahead, and yes, if anybody asks, that is Blue sleeping. He's under the desk, living his best life. So I have that, right? Now, I also want to, let me go ahead and grab like a little scrap of this. I also want to go ahead and use some of this. Do I want to use a Nuvo? Yeah, it's like a spot on color. And this was one of the goodies that are in the store for Not Just for Boys Kit Club kits for March 2022. So why don't I think I'll just go right here around that circle bit as if like it's some kind of decor. And I'm going to do the same thing all the way around this one. Just something I like to do around circular elements. I like these little polka dots. Now, the reason why I did the dot there first is I like to make sure that the product is being smooth and coming out, not stuck or anything like that when I'm starting to put it on. I'm picking up over here. And now, you know how you can get that little like Dairy Queen swirly top on things? It totally rounds out perfectly after a second or two. Don't worry about that. All right, I have that. Now, the only thing I have left to do, oh, well, I could actually glue this down. Geez. I thought that one was on, and it was not. The only thing left to do here is to see if I want to do any white splatters. I'm thinking no this time. I like the wood grain, and I like how dramatic it is. And I think I'll put a couple of sequins down in my little clusters with my enamel dots. And then I'll show you the finished layout. And just like that, my layout is finished. Now I have to be a little careful because my Nuvo is still wet, but I have fun little clusters. Now, does it look like the sketch? Not really, but I was absolutely 100% inspired by it. And I got one more layout out of this kit. It also takes care of the wood grain for Through the Rainbow series. I will have links down below for all of the good. You can follow along everywhere. And I can have still shots right there. And guys, I'll be back ever so soon with another video. Still shots to follow.